Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP. Welcome to the game according to me. We've got a lot to cover this week with the college football and pro football, and even the NBA draft last night, and some breaking news out of the NBA as well. But first, before we get to all of that, I want to thank Anthony Smith for sending me a message on, on Anchor. Shout me out. Want to shout him out. Thank you very much, Anthony. I appreciate you. I hope you received my message. Yeah, we will have to maybe do a collab one day, share some audio or some things like that. Um, Told me about the thing that was going on in Wichita State, which was kind of interesting. The coach of Wichita State was resigning, and then um, and then when you know it, a couple days later, it comes true. So Anthony was all on that. He's gonna have something to talk about on his podcast. Y'all make sure y'all search Anthony Smith over on Anchor.com and on other places where you can find it. Like it's called the A Train. Um, so y'all make sure y'all go and find his podcast and y'all listen to his as well. Um, so. And once again, thanks a lot, Anthony, for the message. I appreciate it. That being said, let's go ahead and let's get on with it. All right, so let's go over the NBA draft that happened last night. Minnesota had the first overall pick. They took Anthony Edwards, shooting guard from Georgia. James Wiseman went second to Golden State. Center from Memphis. Charlotte took LaMelo Ball, point guard. He played over in Australia. Chicago took Patrick Williams, the small forward from Florida State. Cleveland took Isaac Okoro, the small forward from Auburn. And we had some other ones going down. Some pretty ones. New York, the first pick for the New York Knicks was Obi Toppin, the power forward from Dayton. Washington took Deni Avdija from the small forward from Israel. And we had a lot of other ones. Cole Anthony, point guard from New York. He's the son of Greg Anthony. Went to Orlando. And we had a lot of other big draft picks as well. A lot of draft day trades. We had some places where some people were being traded, some picks were being traded, some players were being traded. Seth Curry went to Philadelphia in some trades. We had speaking of Philadelphia, they traded what's the name, Al Horford. So yeah, a lot of big trades. Let's turn that down. Yeah, because they're actually talking about the trade for Al Horford to the Thunder for Danny Green. So there was a lot of stuff going down with the NBA draft last night. It's so hard to talk about because we didn't have a tournament, to talk about. So to learn about these guys and to see them grow and anything else. We didn't have any type of anything for these guys. And it's been so long since like March. And here we are now that they're being drafted in November. So who knows what's going to happen? Really, who really truly knows what will happen with all of these people and all of these guys? So like the people in Chicago, the drafted Patrick Williams, and there's not a lot of people who know who Patrick Williams is, or anything like that. That was a big thing on Twitter. Bulls fans must seem to be upset about it. Some Bulls fans are taking it as say, well, we're gonna trust AK and everybody like that. We'll trust AK. The new GM, the new management company. We'll trust these guys to get it right. So we'll have to see what goes down with the Chicago Bulls. If Bulls fan. However, I think if we're going to talk about the NBA, we have to talk about the breaking news that just broke probably about 15, 20 minutes ago. Klay Thompson last night hurt his leg, and we found out today that it is an Achilles tendon injury on his right Achilles tendon. He is out for the season, which is just it's horrible. It's horrible for Clay. Another injury taking him out of the league, the place he wants to play. That's unfortunate. Also unfortunate for everything Golden State Warriors was looking to maybe have a get back in the title picture with Clay and Steph and Draymond and Andrew Wiggins and with this new draft pick Weissman. Maybe that would be helpful, but maybe who knows now if that's the case. Maybe there still will be some type of special. Maybe it still be like a playoff team, but it doesn't seem like that it's going to be. They're not going to be able to, compete for another championship. And what this also means for Clay is who knows. Does this mean, he's always going to be a great shooter, and he's always going to be a great shooter. But is he going to have the athleticism again? Not only coming off of a torn ACL, but now coming off of Achilles tendon. Will he be the same person that he was before? I don't know. Who knows if he actually will be, but. I believe I hope will continue to be a great shooter and continue to be, one of the best of all time shooters. But yeah, thoughts go out to Klay Thompson and everybody. That's sickening. It sickens your heart to see that happen to that young man. And so again, yeah, thoughts go out to Klay Thompson. All right, so let's go now head on to the college football world. We had just a strange week. Not really a lot of football games because there was a lot of SEC games that were canceled. A lot of bye weeks as well. So, but we can still go over this. We had Cincinnati destroying East Carolina, Marshall destroying Middle Tennessee State, Liberty destroying Western Carolina, Miami slipping by Virginia Tech, and Michigan State getting blown out by Indiana, Louisiana Lafayette, destroying South Alabama, Notre Dame having a competitive battle but still winning, beating Boston College, USC beating Arizona, Northwestern going to 4-0, taking out Purdue, Tulsa taking out SMU, Florida absolutely mollywhopping Arkansas 63-35, Oregon beating Washington State, and Wisconsin mud slapping Michigan. What is up with Michigan? I have no idea. There's a lot of talk about Michigan now, but could Jim Harbaugh be on the chopping block if things continue like this? It could be because he's got 1 year left on his deal, and and at this point, would you really want to re-sign Jim Harbaugh? Jim Harbaugh was supposed to be the guy. He was a Michigan man. He went to Michigan. A Bo Schembechler, type of, guy. He brought back the fullback in, after got a couple of years of Rich Rodriguez and Brady Hook not really using going with the spread offense type of thing. And brought back the fullback and everything like that. So there's a lot of talk about, is this going to be Jim Harbaugh's last year? I'm not sure, but I think it all depends on Ohio State. If Michigan can somehow upset Ohio State, I think Jim Harbaugh gets a contract extension. He does, and he moves on, because not only would he beat Ohio State for the first time, but that also would take Ohio State out of the college football playoff more than likely. So that's not something to be on the lookout for. Then Michigan beats Ohio State later on this year. However, let's go ahead and let's look towards week 12. But the best matchup I think of week 12 looks to be the number 9 Indiana Hoosiers versus the number 3 Ohio State Buckeyes. That's going to be an awesome game. Can Ohio State, take advantage of what is happening with, you know, with some with some of these other teams, and in the Big Ten, but you're gonna have to get past Indiana, and can Indiana shock the world, take out Ohio State? That's good. That's good. 12 p.m. Eastern time. That's gonna be something to look out for. Clemson's gonna fight Florida State. Wisconsin, Northwestern, another Big Ten matchup. Number 10 Wisconsin, number 19 Northwestern, fighting, for jockeying for position. That's gonna be something special. Number 7 Cincinnati taking on UCF. Number 1 Alabama is taking on Kentucky. Oklahoma and Oklahoma State Bedlam is happening at nighttime, 7:30 p.m. A lot of other games as well happening this week in the top 25. And some games out of the top 25 as well is going to be very interesting to watch. But I think when we come down to it, right, and Notre Dame is off this week, so it's good Notre Dame gets a week off. But again, we're talking about 2 Big Ten games right here. This is what we're looking for. We're looking for Wisconsin, Northwestern, Indiana, Ohio State. Are Northwestern and Indiana for real? If they are, they beat Ohio State and Wisconsin, perennial top players in the Big Ten. So we will have to see what goes on down there. And of course, Bedlam, it should be awesome as well. As we look back on Week 10 on the NFL season, it was a regular old season. Nothing, your regular season, your regular old week. Nothing big, nothing strange. We did have a couple of upsets. The Patriots upset the Ravens in a driving rainstorm, so that was interesting. We had the Jaguars holding on to, and almost beating the Packers, but we had the Packers still winning. But really, it was about the Hail Murray, right? The Bills, the Cardinals, 30-32. Josh Allen throwing 2 interceptions, almost throwing 4 interceptions, but throwing 2 interceptions. Coming back from that, driving his team down the field, hitting Stephon Diggs in the end zone, touchdown. Stephon Diggs, then telling the world, that's why you paid me. so interesting. But then left some time on the clock, obviously too much time, because Kyler Murray drove him down to the 50. He ran around and threw a Hail Murray to DeAndre Hopkins, who over 3 players caught the ball, scored the touchdown. Unbelievable game, unbelievable win for the Cardinals. It was a very special day for the Cardinals, and so we're gonna go into now Week 11 with some pretty interesting matchups. Starting tonight, we got the Cardinals and the Seahawks. Can the Seahawks defense stop the Cardinals? Can the Cardinals take this from momentum from the Hail Murray and continue and take the lead in this division? We'll have to wait and see tonight. Steelers, Jaguars. If the Jaguars can hold on to the Packers, they should make the Steelers sweat. The Lions and the Panthers. That's no McCaffrey out with a shoulder injury. Can the Lions get another victory? They beat the Washington football team last week. Talking about another victory. Can the Patriots hold on and beat the Texans for another straight victory? Get them back at 5-5 and keep them in the mix for the wild card. The Titans and the Ravens. Titans lost to the Colts, surprising fashion last week. The Ravens, because we talked about the Ravens losing to the Patriots. Titans get back on track. Can the Ravens get back on track? Can the passing game, the Ravens, help open up the running game? Or are we going to see another rematch of the playoff game and the Titans just run shopping the Ravens? Let's look at this one, right? Browns and Eagles. Browns coming off a victory over the Texans. Eagles lost the Giants. Can Baker Mayfield keep doing what he's doing right now? Baker Mayfield is being a game manager. Best way you can say it. He's being a game manager, but they're not losing games, and they're in the playoff hunt. The Eagles right now, what's his face, Carson Wentz, turns the ball over way too much. So we'll see right there. Um, Falcons and the Saints. Drew Brees in a matchup against the 49ers last week got hit, broke two ribs, punctured a lung. Not good. Gonna go with Jameis Winston or what's his face or the other guy, Hill, Taysom Hill. So we will see which way they go. I'm sure we're gonna see both anyway, but we'll see who becomes the starter. Falcons kind of on a run here, won the last couple games. So we'll see if they can pull off an upset or if it's just the Saints' time. The Bengals and the football team of Washington. Matchup here, Alex Smith now starting for the football team. Just a great comeback story for him. Joe Burrow playing lights out as a rookie. Playing rookie lights out stuff. Incredible. That should be a really interesting game. Jets, Chargers. The best thing about this, right? The most interesting thing about this game is that what's his face has a new haircut. Justin Herbert, and they're talking about Justin Herbert's haircut. All of the media. So who knows what happens with that? But the Chargers should beat the Jets. Jets should still be winless. Dolphins and Broncos. This is a game where if you're the Dolphins and you want to, show that you are a real contender for this division. This is a team that you have to beat. The Broncos aren't really that good. They're still a young team, still on the come. But if you're Tua Tagovailoa, you take your Dolphins into Denver and you beat them. And you beat them solidly. You beat them 31-13. You beat them 28-13. You beat them, 42-7. Whatever you got to do. The defense has been playing very well for the Dolphins. You take it, you grab it by the yang-yangs, and you beat them. That's if you are going to be a contender. If you let the Broncos beat you, this is something that, like I said, then we're going to have some problems. We'll talk about some issues that they're going to have. Cowboys and the Vikings. Andy Dalton should be back. Don't know if he will be playing yet. Coming back from a concussion. Vikings 3 in a row. Won the last 3 games, all in their division. Lions, Packers, Bears. Oh my! And they have and they are on a roll. They are looking to get back in the playoff hunt. They have to beat the Cowboys, whether Dalton plays or not. And if I was the Cowboys, I probably wouldn't even play Dalton because Dalton could probably help you win more games. Keep losing, get you a higher draft pick, help Dak out next year. Colts, Packers. Really good game. Colts defense, Phillip Rivers playing pretty good ball. He still turns the ball over a lot, but still playing pretty good ball. And of course, we know the Packers, the top team in the NFC, only lost to the Buccaneers. They are extravagant with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, Devontae Adams at wide receiver. I expect them to keep it continue. It's going to be tough, but I do expect them to win and beat the Colts. Chiefs, Raiders, Sunday Night Football, payback game, and the Chiefs, get payback for the only Raiders beating them. I think they can, but they're going to have to, I think last game was a lack of concentration. You cannot lose concentration this time. You have to keep it in your mind frame that we're going to kick the Raiders' ass. The Raiders, sleeper team, played really well. That's a really good team. It will be tough for the Chiefs, but I'm still saying the Chiefs can get down here. And of course, Monday Night Football, Buccaneers and the Rams. Rams defense. Listen, the Bears defense held Tom Brady and the Buccaneers to 13 points, I believe. So the Rams defense is a little bit lesser than the Buccaneers, and right now the Buccaneers they found a running game. This is after last week's game, 98-yard run by Ronald Jones. They found a running game to go with Tom Brady in the passing game. Should be a very good game. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure you go to patreon.com/AJTRIP to become a patron. 3 tiers. Once I hit a certain amount of patrons, you can open it up, and I will open it up to suggestions and voting but what you want to see me do on my YouTube channel, what you want to see me play on my Twitch channel, what do you want to see me, what do you want to listen to me talk about here on my podcast as well. Or maybe what I even do, I even start another podcast just for that, just to talk about those type of things. So, yeah, all those things are open up. So you can go there, or you can go to, you can search for me on Anchor.fm on the Triplet Show, and in which you can support me there. You can support me with 99 cents, $4.99, or $9.99. You don't get any perks or anything like that. But if you just like my content, you like what I do, you can support me on there. Uh, Anything you do to support me, I appreciate so much. So never, don't never think that I am not um, grateful. Like, I am totally grateful of anything you do, and even if you don't support me, I'm just grateful that you are listening to me. So I appreciate that as well. All right, y'all. So next week, obviously Thursday, Thanksgiving. That won't be. We're going back for 1 week only to Tuesday. For Tuesday, so make sure you catch me beginning recording me on Tuesday or Wednesday. And it depends. I may forget. But I do think it will be Tuesday that you can catch me here. We recapping not only what is going on in the world of college football over the weekend in the NFL, but also you can talk. We got Survivor Series. We'll talk a little bit about Survivor Series and any other breaking big news coming from the world of sports. So, yeah, make sure you are here. Thank you guys so much for listening. This is your boy AJTRIP signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. I am out.